Surprise, Sydney. Yeah, that's right. If you thought we were looking at a classic McFarlane figure, we are not doing that. We are looking at NECA's Ultimate Ghostface action figure. And if you click away from this video right now, I'll gut you like a fish. So, yeah, here he is. And this guy is a lot of fun. So, yeah, I am a huge Scream fan. I've seen all the movies, very excited for the new one, and when I saw this guy at a small store that I live pretty close to that sells like toys and action figures and all that, when I saw this guy there for a good price, I'm like, dude, I have to get this. So, if you're not familiar, these guys are actually 7-inch scale, so they would fit in well with Marvel Select. They fit in well with Todd McFarlane's DC Multiverse, so there you go. I feel like this guy would actually be good with Scarecrow. And then if you also, since this guy was in Mortal Kombat 1, if you wanted to have him with some Mortal Kombat characters, you could do that. I feel like he would get along well with Noob Saibot too. But yeah, so there you go. And as far as how tall this guy actually is, let's find out together. So he is, let's say, about 7¼ inches. Or that would make him, let's say, about 19 centimeters. So here he is. And I'm curious, like, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've seen the Scream movies. I'm curious who your favorite Ghostface was. Obviously, we can't tell exactly who this is because there's no unmasked head. There's just multiple different masks. And I know there are, like, subtle differences between the costumes, like, from movie to movie, but I'm not entirely sure which one this one is. I don't know. I don't know if this is, like, a general one or if they took elements from multiple Ghostfaces and they just kind of put it together into one ultimate action figure, or if this is from a specific movie. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so I'm curious, like, which one is your favorite? My favorite, spoiler alert for Scream 4, but my favorite is Jill. So yeah, so I'm curious to know what your favorite Ghostface killer was. So yeah, I think the first thing to note here is that this is a real, like, soft goods cloak. So yeah, it definitely looks accurate though, because if you actually watch the movies and you, like, pay sort of close attention, you can see that there's actually, like, some, it's almost like sparkly, the robe is, or the cloak, whatever this thing is called. It's actually not just completely black. It actually has a little bit of a sparkly look to it, and I don't know how well that comes out on camera, but you can definitely see it in person, and I like that. And you can't really convey that same kind of thing if you just had it be, you know, like plastic and PVC and all of that, and you just simulated that that's what it looks like. No, I feel like I'm not normally one for soft goods material, but for this one, I think it actually it was kind of necessary, and I think the NECA pulled it off well. So there you go. So the face definitely looks good. We will look at the alternate heads soon enough. So yeah, you could actually pull the hood down if you wanted. So I know that looks kind of weird, but you can definitely do that. And you can see that, yeah, this is soft goods and this is definitely not. So there you go. The head definitely looks accurate, obviously. So there you go. Very iconic look. So you could have him, you know, go like that. So there you go. And then, you know, you could just pull the hood back on, and it doesn't really get in the way of articulation. We'll look at the articulation more in detail later. But yeah, for the arms, I like the these things, the tassels or whatever these things are called. They're accurate to the source material. I'm not entirely sure what they're called, but yeah, they look good. The gloves definitely look good. I like that. And then the pants, you have these nice detailed pants underneath, so they look like, I don't know what they look like, they're like black jeans or something like that, so I think that's cool. I like the little details there. Then the shoes, or the boots, or whatever these are, these look accurate. They almost look like dress shoes. So there you go. Definitely fancy underneath whatever this says. Or maybe he's not, because I was curious. It's like, what does this guy actually look like underneath this? Well, I'm not sure if you can remove this. You probably could. I'm not going to bother with that. There's a main reason for that. It's because if you actually pull this up, you can see that there is some detail for the pants there. But then if you continue to pull this up, you can see that there's actually no detail at all for the torso. I know that sometimes ghost faces wear, like, bulletproof vests and that kind of thing. I don't think this is anything. We're obviously not meant to see that. Because that's just a basic, like, buck with no detail on it, and that's for a good reason. It's like, this guy doesn't have any, maskless faces, so obviously he's not supposed to be, outside of costume, so him being like this is totally fine, and, you're obviously not meant to take this off. You probably could, but, I'm not going to bother, because there's nothing to see, and he looks better like this anyway, so there you go. So I guess that's about it for the aesthetic. I mean, you can kind of see that these things are pointed, the scallops or whatever you call those. I'm not entirely sure what it's called. I just know this is accurate. So there you go. And as far as articulation goes, his head is on a ball peg, so it can, do that. So you can recreate the scene where he's talking to Tatum and he's shaking his head and then he's nodding his head. So there you go. I like that. So you can have him look up about that far. You can have him look down. Not very much, but I think that that's understandable. You can give him some attitude. You can have him look off to the side. So, there you go. And then, yeah, so for the arms, they can go out about that far. So I think that that is reasonable. I mean, it would make sense for them to go a little bit higher, but whatever. So they could rotate all the way around. It does kind of get in the way of the soft goods material, but they can rotate. So there you go. And then you do not get a bicep cut, but then again, it would be kind of hard to implement that. You do get a, I think, I can't tell, is that a double joint or a single joint? I think it's just a single joint. So you get like a single jointed elbow, and you get about 90 degrees, so I think that that's fair. And then you do get hinges for the hands, so they can go forward and back, and they can peg out, so they obviously rotate. So they're not a ball hinge like the McFarlane figures, but they do have a hinge nonetheless. So as for the torso goes, if you use both of the joints, well, there's really only one joint, but it can go back, like not at all, and it can go forward pretty decent amount, so I think that's pretty good. He could be looming over you. So there you go. And then for the legs, they can go out really far, but really only one at a time. So that's about as much range as you can get with one leg. So theoretically, you would be able to get both of them, but this does kind of get in the way. So really, as far as both legs going out together, he can go out about that far without really stretching this too much. So there you go. And then you do you do actually get a thigh swivel there. So there you go. If you like a thigh swivel, you get one. You do get a single joint for the knee, and you get about 90. That's not quite 90, but it's, kind of 90. You do get a rotation there at the knee, and then you do also get the ankles. They can go back, not very far. They can go forward, not very far, but they can rotate, and yeah, so that's about it for the articulation. So pretty simple stuff, but then again, this is just a regular guy, so, or a girl, it depends on which version this is. Or you could make up your own version, say this is somebody else. So there you go. And then as far as the accessories go, so he does have 4 hands in total. So he has this one here, which looks like he could hold a gun or something like that. He doesn't come with a gun. So sorry, if you wanted to recreate the scene from a Scream 6 where he's in the bodega with a shotgun, can't really do that. But then again, this isn't really based off of Scream 6 anyway. He does also have a gripping hand for a knife. So there you go. You could also, if you look at it this way, it looks like a fist. So yeah, he does have a hand like that, but you can obviously put a knife in there. And then he does also have 2 other hands. Now I noticed something, and I'm not particularly upset about it, but it's just something to note. I got an extra left hand. So yeah, he has these hands here, and from what I can tell, these are the same. So yeah, it's just kind of an open hand that you could have, like if you wanted to do a knife wipe type thing, where he goes like that and wipes the blood away from the knife. You could do that, but my version came with 2 left hands, and one of them was actually attached to the figure when he was in the box. So he's actually in the box with his hand like that, and I noticed that right away. It's like, there's something a little off with that, but yeah, so do be warned that you might get an extra of 1 hand or, something like that. So, yeah, I'm personally not bothered by it because I don't really care all that much, but just be warned about that. But as far as taking the hand out, all you need to do is just unpeg it, then just put it back in, and that's it. So pretty simple stuff. And then as far as the masks go, so you do have this this default one here, and you could, take this off and put another one in. And here are the other three. So you have this really worn out, dirty one. This one reminds me of Scream 6 with all the different old masks and all of that. So I think that that's pretty cool. And then you do get this this green one that definitely looks like the Stab 3, like the Stab 3 giant mask that's in the apartment or whatever. So that looks cool. And then you also get basically the same one as this one, but it's covered in ketchup. So very interesting that's covered in ketchup. I'm kidding. I know that that's blood. So there you go. He does come with those, and all you would need to do is just, pop off this one and then take another one and pop it on. I'm not going to bother because I like the default look, but you could definitely, get the idea of what that would look like. So there you go. And then he does also come with this thing. And he comes with a scythe, and this is what makes me think that maybe this is Scream 4 Ghostface, because if I remember correctly, there was a scene, like in a barn or something like that, where Ghostface had a scythe, so something like that. It definitely looks good. I like the sharp edge there, how it definitely looks kind of worn, but still has a lot of cutting potential, so there you go. It's got a little bit of blue on there. I like how it's got this wood texture, like even though it's not wood, it's plastic, it definitely looks like it could be wood, so I like that. And then I like the two handles there. So what you could do is you could, have him hold on to it like that, or you could have him hold on to it like that. So, yeah, there you go. I think that looks kind of fun. I could just imagine him, like, chasing you down, dragging this along. I think that would actually be pretty cool. So, yeah, there you go. But I feel like that's not really what he's most known for. I feel what he is most known for is silica gel that you throw away and do not eat, obviously. So, yeah, he actually, when I got the figure out of the box, this was right next to the figure. So, yeah, you'll probably get one of these. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, what he is known for, though, are his knives. So he does have this one here. It's got a nice black handle. And then it obviously has some blood on it, so he has recently used it on somebody. So there you go, there's that one. Then he also comes with this one here. It's got some more blood on it. And yeah, this one looks pretty good. I like the wooden handle there, so that's pretty cool. So there's that one. And you do also get this one, which is, I don't know if this is like a butcher knife. I don't know knives all that well. But yeah, so he comes with that, and yeah, it looks pretty good. And obviously what you could do is you could have him, hold on to it in, in one of these hands. You could have him hold on to it. You kind of get the idea. You could hold on to it like that. Or you could take, I actually find that the smallest knife here, it actually fits the best in this hand here. So you can just kind of pop it on in there, and then there you go. Now he is ready to rock and roll. So there you go. And then the last accessory that he comes with is the voice changer. So this is not the voice changer from Scream 3, which is good because I thought that plot point was kind of weird. But yeah, so it looks good. It's got these buttons on the back there. And yeah, so you could have him, even though it doesn't really make sense for him to be holding onto it, because if he's, walking up to you like that, then he either won't be talking or, yeah, like, he'll be talking to you like the scene in Scream 5 where he's walking down the hallway and you have that, like, red light on the inside of his mask for the voice changer. It's like he wouldn't really be holding onto this, but you do get it nonetheless. So it looks pretty good. Very small, so do be careful with that. You might lose it, but yeah. So there you go. And then I guess the last thing to talk about is the packaging. So you get the nice Ghostface mask there. It says Ultimate Ghostface Action Figure. It says Ghostface NECA, ages 17 up for choking hazard and all that. So it's got a picture of the figure there. It says Ghostface NECA Real Toys. Then you get this right here. So the icon of Halloween returns with this brand new Ultimate Edition action figure featuring 25 points of articulation and real fabric cloak. So there you go. And then, yeah, so you get some alternate looks here with the different masks, and apparently this one here glows in the dark. We'll check that out later. So there you go. There is some details there. Here is the here's the back with details on who made this and all. That's really cool. And then yeah, you get another look of the figure on the other side. And then what you can do is, if you're not familiar with NECA, what you can do is you can just open this up, and then you get a shot of the figure, and then you get the figure and everything else inside here. So I think that's pretty cool. And I also like the background there. What you can do, you can just, open this up a little bit, can pull this out. That's what the figure came in, and then you get this nice view of like this little room. So you got like a little floor there, and yeah, so I think that looks really cool. You could definitely use that as a display piece if you wanted. So yeah, there we go. So that's about it that I have for this guy. So if you enjoyed this review, do be sure to leave a like. You can let me know in the comments what you think of this guy. If you know like what movie this guy's from specifically, or who your favorite Ghostface is, or who your least favorite Ghostface is, or anything like that. If you want to see more content like this, you can definitely subscribe. And yeah, let me know if you want to see me review more Scream stuff, because I could definitely do that. But yeah, so that's all I have for today, though. So other than all of that, I do hope that you enjoyed. I do hope that I'll see you all later. Goodbye.